Uh, Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the class of user interface design. So, in this class we will begin with grouping. So, basically we are discussing about the formatting or formats of the menus. So here groupings. How exactly? So groupings. In this section we will discuss how exactly we group. Okay. Certain menu items. For example, view, you can see here these two are grouped here, or these three are grouped, so these four are grouped. You could see the lines here. Okay, cut, copy, paste, delete, so all these are related things, so maybe you can, they are grouped together. Again, you can see here these three items, I mean sub menu items are grouped. Okay, so check spelling, so then within this the three items are grouped. Again, protection, security, properties, revoke, document, view, audit history, all these are related things, so that is why they are grouped together. So how to make the groupings? Create groupings of items that are logical, I mean somehow they should be related with each other, distinctive, okay, meaningful, and mutually exclusive. Okay, if so we have to group those items which satisfy these constraints. So categorize them in such way as to maximize the similarity of items within a category and minimize the similarity of items across the category. So how exactly you have to make the grouping? So there should be maximum similarity of items within in a single category, whereas there should be minimum similarity of items across the categories. So present no more than 6 or 7 groupings on a screen. Order categorized groupings in a meaningful way. If meaningful categories cannot be developed and more than 8 options must be displayed on a screen, create arbitrary visual groupings that consists of about 4 or 5 but never more than 7 options are of equal size. So in case if we cannot construct the meaningful categories, if in certain cases we may not group, we cannot group in a meaningful way. In that case, we can make arbitrary groupings of 4 or 5 items, and all should be of equal size. So separate groupings created through either wider spacing or a thin ruled line. So you can leave a space between these groupings or have a line. So you can see here there is a small line here, but however it should be thicker line. Okay, then provide immediate access to critically or frequently chosen items. So if something is if item is really critical, or if it is frequently being chosen, so you give the priority to it and bring it in the top of the menu item if it is a top down menu. So the same thing is explained here. Whatever I explained just now, you can just go through the same explanation in a detailed way. You can go through. Next is line separators. Separate vertically arrayed groupings with a subtle solid lines. So for example, all these are vertically arrayed groupings. So these are vertically arrayed groupings. So you can have a solid line here. You can see a solid line is available here. So rotate, view, and page navigation are grouped together. So the next group begins from page display. So between these two groups there is a solid line. Separate vertically arrayed groupings, subgroupings with separate vertically arrayed subgroupings with subtle dotted or dashed lines. So we will see here whether it has been followed or not. No, I think again there is no further subgroupings here, so that is why there is no dotted line. Anyhow, so again if there is okay, subgrouping. So this is a main grouping, and within this, if you page display again, you can see here again there is a subgrouping, but again they have used a solid line here. Instead of a solid line, they should use a dotted line. Okay. For subgroupings within a category, left justify the lines under the first letter of the columnized choice descriptors. Right justify the lines under the last character of the longest choice description. So again, if there is a subgrouping within a category, then you have to follow this. For independent groupings, extend the line to the left and right menu border. So if the groupings are not at all related, okay, if they are completely independent, then you can extend the line to the left and right menu borders. So what is a menu border here? So absolutely, so you can see here, this is a menu border and this is the menu border. You can see shorter line separator, okay, so extended line separator. So this is a shorter line separator, so it has ended here. If you see here, these are the line separator, I mean extended line separator. So that is what we were discussing, independent groupings. So okay, you have to extend it. Then praising the menus. Praising in the sense, you have to give some naming to it. Phrasing in the sense, you have to write, give some logical names, okay, some proper names to the menu items. So the menu must communicate to the user information about the nature and purpose of the menu itself. Okay, the same thing when we give a name to the variables. So there are many rules. For example, always the variable name should begin with a character, then you should not use any special symbols, and the name of the variable should be meaningful. For example, if you are adding two numbers and saving it in one variable, then instead of saying, for example, you are adding a and b, so instead of writing c is equal to a and b, you write sum is equal to a and b. So sum is more meaningful than just c. Now that is what we are discussing here. Phrasing the menu. The nature and purpose of the menu itself, the nature and purpose of each presented choice, okay, how the proper choice or choices may be selected. So that is what it is. Next is menu titles. So how exactly we should provide the titles to the menus. So if it is a main menu, then create a short, simple, clear and distinctive title describing the purpose of the entire series of choice. So this is a main menu. View. So view is a main menu title. Okay, so these are the sub menu titles. Page display is a sub menu title. Sub menu titles must be worded exactly the same as the menu choice previously selected to display them. So general, locate the title at the top of the listing of choice. So okay, then spell out the title fully using either an uppercase font. See, unfortunately they have not used the uppercase, mixed case font in the headline style. So yeah, the E is capital here, DIT is small, V is capital, window W is capital. So superfluous titles may be omitted. Superfluous means which are vague, which doesn't have any proper meaning, should be omitted. You should not use. Again, the explanation is provided here. You can just go through it. Then in the next video we will start with menu choice description. So till that time, goodbye. Thank you.